Hi, everybody, and welcome to Moviegoer. I'm Max Forrest,
I'm Paul Obi.
and we're here to review the classic science fiction film, Alien. Well, he's doing Alien, I'm doing Aliens. So, without further ado, Paul's take on Alien.
So we already know the first Alien movie is regarded as a sci-fi horror thriller classic and has stood the test of time. So, as you know, we follow these characters who are like, the equivalent of space truckers, hauling minerals from other planets back to Earth. These are just regular folks from this time period, easily relatable as we can see ourselves or someone we know in these characters. The sci-fi setting is mostly just literally the setting. It doesn't waste time trying to explain what everything does or why. All we need to know is that these are regular folks doing a regular job until something irregular interrupts them. Part of what makes this movie so scary, invading like the fear of like being violated, like that's what the alien does. Like, when the face hugger grabs your face and sticks the thing down your throat, it's violating, So it's a very common fear that everyone has. What's interesting about the alien is it kind of like turns all humans into like just a genderless being, because there is no male and female. You can give birth as a host to these aliens. It's not, you don't have to be a female to give birth. Anything can give birth to the aliens, and I think that's what kind of like what that fear of violation, like violating your body, I think that's like what really works so well. Even like the secondary villain, like you would think the main villain is the alien, the creature that gets on the ship, but the secondary villain is really Ash, the android.
Yeah.
And what's kind of interesting is, at least from what I gathered from the years and years of watching this, Ash and the alien are pretty much very similar. They both don't really have any kind of, they don't like have any kind of gender really. They don't have any like sexual desires. They both have a directive and they kill anything that gets in their way. Where Ash is kind of working for Weyland-Yutani and the alien is kind of working for this greater being of survival. But they both do the same thing. And the part where he's like, where he got like messed up and he's broken apart and he's talking about how like, it's a perfect organism and he admires its purity. I don't know, man. I thought that was really cool, how the parallels between what we think the beauty of birth is and how horrible it can be, Yeah, pretty much.
So, Aliens, directed by James Cameron and starring Sigourney Weaver. Let's roll the trailer.
Just tell me one thing, Burke. You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to study, not to bring back, but to wipe them out.
That's the plan.
They cut the power.
How could they cut the power, man? They're animals.
Aliens. This time, it's war.
Here's the internet synopsis. After floating in space for 57 years, Lieutenant Ripley's, Sigourney Weaver, shuttle is found by a deep space salvage team. Upon arriving at LV-426, even these battle-hardened Marines with all the latest weaponry are no match for the hundreds of aliens that have invaded the colony. So without ado, my loves, likes, and dislikes. Here's what I loved. I loved when the villain, Burke, locks Ripley in a room with two face huggers. That was so intense. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. She sets off the alarm and the other Marines come to her aid. I loved how smart these characters were, like Ripley, setting off the fire alarm. I also loved the practical effects. This was before you could just CGI an alien. During the big action sequences, the aliens looked so convincing. Man, nothing beats practical effects. Take The Thing, for example. Widely considered the godfather of practical effects. That scene when the dude is getting the defibrillator and his stomach opens up and shuts on the man giving him the defibrillator's arms is an all-time practical effects classic. Here's something shitty. When they were making the 2011 The Thing, The practical special effects team created all of these incredible practical effects. The producers or the director, or I don't know who, didn't like the practical effects, so they replaced them with CGI. What a waste. Anyway, the ending is very badass. "Get away from her, you bitch," Ripley says, and the Queen Alien and Ripley deuce it out. The airlock opens, and the Queen Alien is holding onto Ripley, who's holding onto the ladder to not get sucked out the airlock. Eventually, the Queen Alien gets blown out the airlock. Ripley struggles to get up the ladder and manages to shut the airlock. Overall, it's a badass action movie. If Alien was a horror movie, this is an action film. Here's my only dislike. I only have one nitpick. Both films had the same ending. Ripley believed she's safe after getting away from the alien territory, but one made it onto the ship for one last showdown. She blows it out of the airlock and then goes to sleep in one of those pods or whatever. Same thing, same ending. But it didn't bother me. The movie's so great, it didn't bother me. It's a classic. I give it a huge thumbs up. That was it.
Yeah, that's good. Nice. Actually, which one do you like better?
Alien.
First one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me too.
It's iconic. I mean, just the scene alone where John Hurt is at the dinner table and then
Yeah, that's
comes out of his chest. H.R. Giger designed Alien, and
I think he did the designs for the ship too. Oh, pretty much. I think all the art design he did.
remember that the classic scene where I don't remember his name, but he's going through, like, is it the what would you call it? Air ducts?
Yeah.
That he's crawling through,
Yeah.
right? And the alien goes.
So both versions have a director's cut and a theatrical cut. I personally like the director's cuts of both. But the one thing that I thought was really awesome about the director's cut that was different was the scene where the character that's trying to find the cat, when the cat like kind of runs away, and he goes into that room that kind of has like the raindrops like falling, or the
Oh, Harry Dean Stanton.
yeah. When he's in that room, I think in the theatrical cut, there's like a music crescendo that builds up, and then the alien jumps out and kills him. But in the director's cut, there's a really nice wide shot. It's quiet, there's no score, but you can see the alien hanging out of focus in the background.
Oh, okay.
And that's like our first reveal of the adult alien, is that shot. And there's no music, there's no build-up, and you just see the alien just hang down and like stalk him from
And
behind.
that wasn't in the theatrical cut?
I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the theatrical cut.
Wow.
Or at least it didn't play out that the same way. But having no music really lets the audience feel for that scene. Makes you feel grounded even.
Let's talk about Alien Romulus for a minute. I thought it was passable. There were certain things I really liked in it. I liked when they were in zero gravity and firing.
Yeah.
But then they realized that there's fucking acid in zero gravity and they have to avoid the acid, right?
Yeah. The scene where they're trying to sneak through the that hallway and they have to be quiet. They can't like raise their temperature or else the facehuggers will find them.
Yeah,
Like, that was
that's a really tense scene when they
Yeah.
can only go so slow that the facehuggers don't wake up.
Yeah.
I thought it had a lot of cool shit.
So like, I just liked when the aliens were just queen, lays the eggs, they're a hive mind, and the xenomorphs go out and cause havoc. I didn't need all this backstory from Prometheus and the Weyland-Yutani trying to get the xenomorphs to build better humans and stuff like that. It's like, I don't want any of that. I like the simpler,
Keep it simple.
keep it simple.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. 2 fantastic movies.
Yeah.
Please subscribe, support us on Patreon, and if you could, share this video on your Facebook, on your Instagram. We're trying to create some kind of snowball effect in that regard. But obviously, probably 20 people are going to do that. Nothing's going to come of it. But it's worth a shot asking.
Hey, why not?
Okay. That's it.